O nwere ihe o mere m ji enye ya ekele. Ayaya. O nwere ihe o mere m ji enye ya ekele. O nwere ọrụ ọrụrụ m ji enye ya otuto. O nwere ọrụ ọrụrụ m ji enye ya. Asị m nye ya ekele. Ọ bụ onye obiọma. O nwere ihe o mere m ji enye ya ekele. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, the great leader, the prophet of our time, the leader, the Moses of our generation. And I remember I almost said that Biafran evangelist. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from. He said that he's coming out soon. And coming out is not just coming out, it's coming out to shame and to disgrace those Fulanis.
Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they told you we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you, what is happening now? Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanu.We people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia, all the way from... And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet. We should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason?
Biafra Evangelist, thank you for joining me this afternoon. Viewers, depending on wherever you are, whether in the morning, whether in the afternoon, please, if this is your first time, subscribe to this channel on your notifications. Biafra Evangelist, joy to Biafrans all over the world, in US, everywhere. Everything is working together for good for Biafrans. Nnamdi Kanu
The rule of the law.
Yes, Nnamdi Kanu is coming out in the month of May. What do you have to say to this joyful news?
Leaders in Igbo land who claim to be the governors and the Igbo leader in person of Rupus Odiojo, Soludo, Peter Mba, and Wifuru. Those ones that don't want him, and stupid Wike, the FCT minister, that don't want him to come out.
Is Wike among of those who want
Wike is among the people who finance it, who sponsor it, and shame the Oba families who never wanted him, who sponsored the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu. Let me tell you, and let me tell you clearly, the handwriting is already on the wall, and it is written all over everywhere. Because Nnamdi Kanu has conquered Nigeria, as he said. He said, I will bury. I am the one. He said, the suffering of my people will end in me, and I will be the one to end Nigeria. And that is what is happening. Same to Nigeria.
The Biafra Evangelist, everything is working together for good for Biafra.
So Biafrans now, because we stand on the truth and we are the light.
In US right now, USB Constitution has been approved by Donald Trump. This is the rejoice that in US, Dr. Rabose and his people in US media.
Rabose is doing the job that others could not do. What others fail is what she is doing. What others fail is what she has done. What others could not do is what she has finalized. You know, these other ones, what they plotted was to destabilize what Nnamdi Kanu has labored for, what Simon Ekpan has suffered for. Because they are agents of darkness. They are partnering with Nigeria. You know, Nigeria, the meaning of Nigeria means darkness. And the meaning of Biafra means light. We are the light of the African, the Biafra. We are the light of the people in the South. We are the light in the West Africa. We are the light in the North Africa. We are the light in the East Africa. And we are the light of the South Africa. We are the light. The only country whereby people like Donald Trump will be eager to visit. Have you ever seen somebody look at Rory or Burkina Faso? Look at that young man. Do you know what he said? He said that he would like to have Mazen Namdekan as soon as he is released. That is a man who knows that he has somebody. That person like Mazen Namdekan is a person of his like mindset. Because the freedom of Mazen Namdekan is the freedom of all. I'm telling you now that the freedom of Mazen Namdekan is the freedom of all. Not just only the Igbos, not just the Biafra, but Africa as a whole. Because the light that is in that young man, nobody carries it. Not even Donald Trump. And that is why somebody like Donald Trump is embracing the grace. See, let me tell you, I want to talk about grace. There are people that carry grace. It's not by science. It's not by education. God give it to them. It doesn't, not because they merit it, not this. It was a free gift from the Lord. God gave it to them. And whosoever that have encounter with them encounters special things. So Donald Trump has seen the light, the grace that is in that young man. He decided to embrace it. Donald Trump saw the light that will shine in Biafra. He himself want to embrace it. Who know like better thing? If na you nko, the same protein Russia that bomb Biafra is now celebrating Mazen Namdekan, embracing Biafra. The same British that don't want Biafra to stand are the ones that are washing their hands now that they cannot do anything in the case of Mazen Namdekan. Onye karere mmadụ karịrị chi ya.
Biafra Evangelist, let's go to Finland, where Samuel Ekpa is battling it with the government of Finland. As I speak to you now, the Prime Minister of Finland now is like, he has betrayed Samuel Ekpa. The Nigerian government has used Samuel Ekpa as a trade provider with Finland. And the Finland citizens, they are not even happy with the man.
Of course. How do you expect them to be happy? A man that have given all to the country, a man that have given his life and served all his life to the country. Do you know what it means to control battalion? To be a commander in the military? This is a man you turn back and you turn him down, you disrespect him, you disregard him, and you do not value his humanitarian interest nor right in your country. See, when you don't know, you don't like somebody, why did you welcome him as a citizen? When you know that you cannot protect this person or you don't like this person, why do you allow him to become your citizen? Why do you approve him as a citizen?
Everything went wrong for Samuel Ekpa. It's the very day Kachim Shettima meet the Prime Minister in UK. And even after that, Samuel Ekpa said he trusts his president, that his president cannot compromise. But it's as if we don't know what Shettima and Nigeria government.
The president has compromised because he's a human. You know, I said it earlier that the only thing that can make Finland not to succumb, you know, with what Nigeria want to use to buy them over is integrity, discipline, and policy. And of which Alexander Stubb has proven to me that he doesn't have integrity. He is not a disciplined person. And he doesn't have a word of, he's not a man enough. That is what he has proven to me. And that is what he has proven to the USD. For taking the side of Nigeria, it shows that he's incompetent. He's an immobile person. It's not reliable and it's not trustworthy. It's not somebody we should have confidence in. Just like a former Kenyan president.
Do you think that the Biafrans should take this Finland Prime Minister to ICT to go and report to ICT?
Excuse me, Simon Ekpa, once as soon as the Mazen Namdekan case is done and dusted, from now to May, everything will be settled. And of which I want to tell you this. You can call it a prophecy, and I don't care. Let me tell you, the court cannot free Mazen Namdekan. The freedom of Mazen Namdekan will not come through court. But it will come as a result of negotiation at the backyard. You will hear say they remove it, they release him. It will not come through court. And I am telling you again that the case of Simon Ekman will be after Mazen Nnamdi Kanu case is settled. They no born and well again to keep that young man because he's a man who committed no crime. Why should you detain him? Why are you disturbing his life? If you know that you cannot grant him safety, why did you give him the car, the passport, the guarantee, and what it takes to be a citizen in your country, even to the point of handling the military position in your country for so many years, and now belonging to the same political party, of which they on the platform that today you are standing as a governor, as a prime minister, the president of a nation. You understand? So, but I'm happy that the party members, the people are now standing up. They are rising now against the prime minister, protesting, campaigning for the freedom, total freedom of Simon
So,
Ekpa.
Abiyafa Evangelist, in 30 seconds as we go, what is the expectation? What is the mood of Southeast right now? Hearing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is coming out very soon.
The mood, the excitement is much, because we know it that at the end of the day, by the time it comes out, like I said before, freedom of mass and Nnamdi Kanu is the freedom of all.
Thank you so much. Freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the
Freedom of all.
Thank you. We look forward to having you next time again.
Why is nobody talking about one of the reasons why the British hate the Igbo so much? Before the Nigerian Biafran War, there was the British Igbo War that lasted for 31 years, which is known as the Ekumeku Resistance. The agreement of the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 gave the European nations the right to claim African lands and its resources. Britain, who had engaged in trade with the coastal cities before, made bold their intentions to claim all African resources to themselves and rule over all indigenous nations in Africa. Many tribes resisted the British invaders. This led to so many wars. Many African tribes put up a great war against the British powers. One of such tribes were the Igbo people of ancient Biafra, who are now one of the three major tribes of Nigeria. The Ekumeku movement consisted of great number of attacks and uprisings by the Anioma people against the British from 1893 to 1914. The Ekumeku warriors were bonded by secret oaths. They utilized the guerrilla tactics to attack the British Royal Company, who were determined to penetrate Igbo land. The Ekumeku warriors were drawn from thousands of Anioma youths from all parts of Anioma land. As the war rages on, the Ekumeku warriors defended their rights to live peacefully without foreign interjection. While the British used heavy weapons, they destroyed homes, farms and roads with heavy bombardment and bombarded Onitsha on November 2nd, 1897. This set the tempo for the rest of the war. They fought the Anioma people of Ibusa in 1898. The battle was so severe in Onwa Okuzu, 1904, that the commander of the British Army, Crawford, demanded for more arms from the British headquarters to crush the western Anioma communities. The people of Onwa again in 1906 engaged the British Army in gruesome battle that claimed the life of a British commander. Ogwashiuku also faced the British Army 2nd November 1909 and made the British sustain a heavy blow. There were many casualties and deaths. The Ekumeku became a formidable force in the Igbo land and was a great source of nationalism for the Anioma people. It also served as a uniting cord that held together various towns which were independent on each other in the past. The Igbo were republican people. Each town had a leadership that was drawn from its oldest men and families. The war would have lasted longer, possibly ended in a British defeat, if the Anioma people had equivalent firepower and had more allies from other great Igbo kingdoms and towns. But even at that point, other tribes were also facing the British armies on their own. After almost 20 years of battle, they decided to strike with a very great force, and in December 1902, they sent a powerful expenditure to Anioma Kingdom. Great number of towns were destroyed, civilians and soldiers were killed, their leaders arrested and imprisoned. After this, the British made sure that they had suppressed the Ekumeku military cult and that victory was theirs. The British officers boasted the Ekumeku and other secret societies have been completely crushed. To their greatest surprise, 2 years later, in 1904, the fearless Ekumeku rose again. The Igbos are proud and very strong people, and they cannot go down easily. When Ekumeku started their renewed campaign, they changed tactics and abandoned the guerrilla warfare style of 1989 for individual defense of each town. The last battle began in 1909. There was a succession dispute in Ogwashiuku. The British tried to remove the rightful king and enthrone someone else. One of the heirs to the throne, Nzekwe, the son of the last Obi, noticed the plot of the British against him and went on a war with them to fight for his inheritance. This was one of the many wars fought by the Igbos against the British even before the Biafra-Nigerian War.
I continue asking myself a question. Does Igbo deserve to be in this country called Nigerians? And so many people have not really given me the answer I deserve. But today, I have come on here to clarify that Igbos does not deserve to be in Nigerians. Because the hatred being given to Igbos by this so-called the Hausas, the Fulani and the Yorubas is too much. Now you look at it. Let's start from this NNPC that Bola Ahmed Tinubu just changed their director yesterday. If you go and read the history of NNPC in Nigeria, no any Igbo man have taken that positions. Go and make your research before you come on him, before you come and criticize me on the comment section. Go and make your research. The people you can neither see there are from South, they are not Igbo. Don't misquote me. They are not Igbo. They are South. Don't forget that it's still the same Nigeria that divide them, that they are South. The major problem these people are having is that when a South occupy a position, they say Igbo man have occupied that positions. And that's what happened in the case of Jonathan. Oh, Igbo man have become a president. Is Jonathan not an Igbo? Jonathan is a South. It is them that divided. It is them that separated the land from the southern region. Because as I speak to you, if not because of the politics they play, when you talk about southeast, you talk about from Benin downward, every spot is east. But because of the war, after the Biafra war, they felt that, oh, if we leave these people will do this, they will do that. They now separated all these things, say they call South. Tell me, what is the difference between Rivers State and Bayelsa State? It's just like you are telling me you are differentiating, let me say, you are pulling Kanu out of the north. Say Kanu now belong to some group of people. And that's what they have done to Southeast. But nevertheless, even despite that, with all the things they have done, at least tamper justice and give these people what they deserve. If you are, the question is that if you leave Igbo to go on their own, wouldn't they be a better people, far better than what they are doing? The answer is yes. When I keep saying it, some people will come to my comment section and be insulting me. What has Igbo give to you? Igbo have bribed you. Igbo have this. If Igbo will have allowed to go during the Biafra war, Igbo will have been one of the best African countries in Nigeria today. There won't have been a reason of going to Japan, going to China, going to all those places to go and import. It would have even still be a favor to Africans. And that's what we don't know. Despite these guys are not having the backup of the federal government, support of the federal government, you could see how they are doing to the best of their strength, to the best of their knowledge, being creative on their own, producing things. Two things could compete to the world. Then what about if these people are now supported, they now have the strength by the government to back them up? They will have not been needing of going to Japan or China to buy all these things we are buying. These guys have been given the knowledge by God. They have everything they take, but it's just that they have labeled them. The British are making the rest of Nigeria to label them as the enemy of Nigeria, whereas they are never the enemy of Nigeria. The enemy of this country are the British, who has hold us that we will not come out of their slavery. As I speak to you, many Nigerians are running to UK today to seek greener pasture, whereas they are supposed to be the one coming to Nigeria, seeking for visa to come to Nigeria. If not because they hand over power to people they know that they can manipulate their brains against Nigeria. And that's why we are where we are today. Now you've listened to the young man, what make the British to have this so much hatred on the Igbos. Because Igbo right from time, they will not allow you to cheat on them. And this British fair, oh, because these people don't allow us, so let's go and give it to. They hand over the power to the people they feel that they can manipulate their brain. No wonder if you look at the north, how versatile the north is, how large, how they have land and everything. Poverty is reigning and reside in the north. Yes, I am from the north, and I have to say it. We have the opportunity, the major north, the Fulani people, they have the opportunity to rule the country for so long, but the poverty is still reside in that place. Look at the people that have no rules in democracy. Look at how the way they are flourishing. Despite you don't give them chance. If you see them doing well in business, you find every other way to crumple them down. if they monopolize, if they monopolize things for Aliko Dangote, that's why you can see Aliko Dangote today is flourishing, is doing well. Open this business, let Igbo compete with these people. You could see that the price of things will come down and Igbos will dominate these people because they know what they are doing. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were to be a Yoruba or Hausa, do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stay for 10 years under the SS study? Will spend 2 years on this case? A case where Nigeria government cannot prove for good 10 years? This is shame. A case where many of their justices are resigning and say, oh, you know what, we can no longer continue this thing. We advise you, go and settle this case politically, go and do that and this thing. But the federal government still hold on that they must hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, despite the court is advising them to seek other redress. These are what we are saying, that this hatred on the Igbos is becoming out of hand. That's why I'm saying, as I used to say, that we don't have a choice. We should stop prolonging the evil day, divide this country, let everybody go on their own peaceful on their own peaceful way. That is all we want. If today is your first time of joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel on your
Me, I support Biafra so that no woman dey in one place.
Come again.
I support Biafra in 100%.
How did you know about Biafra? Who told you about Biafra?
Okay, I was born 1981. I'm not a small pikin. I crossed 45 to 44 now. I'm not a small pikin. I don't suffer for this country. So what I see with my eye, you make me I dey cry. But I thank God, human being know they feed me, now God they feed me. Anytime I wake, I will beg the God and I will feed. To the day I will go back to him. But we have no leaders in this country.
Then how come?
I support Biafra in 100 times. Let me all man go so that we, the Hausa, will remain. More we see me all man they assist in on people.
Okay, you are an Hausa man.
Yeah, confirm. I'm from Kebbi State, Bagudo local government.
So why?
I'm Mohammed Abubakar. I'm from Bagudo local government. I'm from Kebbi State, Bagudo local government. But what makes me annoyed with Nigeria government is this: we don't have good leaders. We just they talk like we Muslim Hausa. We dey carry God for mind, but we no dey use the God wey we dey carry for our mind. We dey call the God God, no be all of us dey use am. Na aboki spoil this country. Why? Be say anywhere wey you go, before you go see any other language dey beg, you must see aboki dey beg in this country. Why e be so? Wey be say we na we get food, na we dey invest food, na we dey invest cow. But when na we dey suffer pass many people, why you used to be like that?
Okay, how do you feel now? I say Aboki don dey for power for a very long time. Una don rule this country well. You know, una know why you go tell me say una still dey hungry?
Oga,
This Fulani dey disturb una well. Una just keep quiet.
Fulani dey disturb now with Hausa dem join mouth. If the leaders of the state dem no agree, Fulani will no enter your state. Who born Fulani? Who give Fulani leg? If your leaders of your state, governor or anyone no have hands, they will not enter. You don't ever hear say them come Lagos, Fulani come do something. Whether them go east, whether them go south of east, you don't hear them. Now only Arewa. But part of the Arewa na some state, no be all state. Like my state, Kebbi State, we don't have that problem with Fulani. But like Kasuna, Zamfara, Sokoto, all those people, now they get that wahala. We don't have any wahala with anybody.